Good morning, everybody. Ori Spado here, the accidental gangster. You know, folks, there's so much on the news that I could be reporting. King Charles in England was arrested on the Epstein files. How come our Department of Justice is not arresting anybody? Anybody got an answer? Superfly. Sure, Dangy. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Boy, I tell you, I don't know what's going on here today. All right, we go. It says we got 13 people here. Folks, there's so much going on in this world. Okay, look at they arrested King Charles in England for charges on the Epstein file. But our Department of Justice can't arrest anybody when they have hundreds of names? Is that crazy? You getting ready for work, Superfly? Thank you, Cassie Jones. Appreciate that. All right? Everybody's corrupt. Our Department of Justice, Pam Bondi, taking her orders from the president. Okay, Cash Patel. You watch what's going to happen if, and anything, if they find out if there was anybody involved in this Natty Gussery case. All right? The FBI. Cash Patel will be right there and have his face all over TV. You could better believe that. I don't know, folks. You know, it's raining like crazy over here. This is the third rainstorm we had this week. We got 6 people here. There's just something wrong here. Okay? Is YouTube having another problem like they did the other day? And none of my normal people are coming here. Folks, I'm going to end this right now because, should I? No. I Sheridan back. I don't know why, folks. Normally I get a few hundred people here. I don't know why I just can't get anybody here today. But let's do it, folks. Now, everybody's watching the news. Everybody's curious about Nancy Guthrie, an 84-year-old woman. Nobody's concerned with the other thousands of young children that are being arrested, are being kidnapped every day, being abducted. Nobody cares about them, but they care about an 84-year-old woman. Okay? Why is that? I can't figure it out. So there's something. Now, the FBI is way better than Sheriff Nano and his department. Sheriff Nano, in my opinion, from the way it looks, he has been screwing this up from the beginning. But I spoke about that yesterday. Folks, please subscribe, like, share. Come on, all that good stuff. Help me out here. Okay? Let's forget about the sheriff, okay? Because I really don't care about him. Because the FBI are investigating. Folks, I could assure you, the FBI are much better investigators, have better equipment, more manpower than the sheriff's department, okay? I was investigated, folks, for years. On my indictment, there were 14 of us on a Colombo crime family indictment. Do you know that some of the investigations went back 17 years on some of the charges, folks. 17 years. That'll tell you how much time the FBI take to put a case together. But this Nancy Guthrie thing is totally different. Here it is. They got the cameras. Google's getting the information because they didn't pay the subscription. Okay? That was a big house, folks. I mean, look, I saw the roof. An enormous house. For a single old lady? Are you kidding me? I'm 81 years old. I'm happy with what I got in my one-bedroom apartment. What would you do in a big house like that? E. Carter, I knew all the families in New Jersey. I knew Marty Takeda, all those people, okay? All right? I'd like to have a grandfather like me, thank you. So folks, let's begin at the beginning here. What, if anything, were these people who went to her home? They spent 48 minutes, folks. 48 minutes. This was not a robbery, because I've done robberies. In robberies, you're in and out in 3 minutes. All right, you take longer than that, you're in serious trouble, all right, because the cops are going to be right there. 3 minutes, 48 minutes. Then you see this picture of, looks like an alien with the rubber gloves, the rubber mask, and all that there, okay? Putting flowers on the, on where the camera was. Had a backpack. That backpack was full of something. What was in that backpack? Now somebody sent me a comment, and they might be right. Because when you're going to go rob somebody, you go with an empty knapsack, not a full knapsack. Correct? Somebody said maybe they had a tarp in there. And that this was supposedly a murder. Could be. There's been no sign of life. You got some fraud over there writing TMZ. All right, they got their 4th or 5th letter. Harvey Levin said, oh, I'm not going to show it no more because it does no good. Bullshit. Okay, he's working with the FBI. Now, remember he's working for the FBI. He's not working for the sheriff's department. Okay? What I'm talking about. Talking about a lot of things over here, okay? People come in late, want me to start all over again. I can't do that, folks. Listen to the replay, all right? Please, hit that subscribe button, folks. Like and share and whatever else you want to do. Try to help me support my channel, please. I would seriously appreciate it, okay? There's Mandy, all right. Good, Mandy, thank you, welcome. Good morning to you, Mandy. So, folks, now, did they have a tarp in there? Was this a planned murder? Very well could be. Why would they spend 48 minutes? That's the mysterious thing. Now, another rumor somebody said, that she had a very large insurance policy on her. So I had to do a little research. And let me tell you what it says. Based on recent reports surrounding the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, there are unverified, speculative claims circulating on social media regarding a potential $10 million life insurance policy. However, official or credible sources had not confirmed the existence of such a policy, as the case remains an active investigation involving kidnapping and ransom demands. Now, I think you all agree with what I think. Those ransom agreements, wanting Bitcoin, wanting this, I don't think that's the guys. Okay? All right? $10 million. People are circulating. There's no confirmation on that. Can you tell me why, in this world that we live in, why would anybody have a $10 million life insurance policy on an 84-year-old woman? Why? When her daughter's worth a lot of money, it seems like the rest of the family is well-to-do. Now, I don't know about her sister and her brother-in-law. I don't know how well off they are financially, okay? But the sheriff, you gotta remember, when the sheriff or the FBI, and the FBI don't come out and tell you nothing. It's always the sheriff coming out and saying stuff, okay? Now, maybe he's not as stupid as we think he is, okay? Because they're not gonna come out. They wanna get information out there that's gonna scare, and I'm gonna use the words abduct, kidnap, or whatever you wanna call it, okay? Because we don't know what it was. Abduct, kidnap, or murder for hire. Murder for hire. Now, there's reports that somebody reported, once again, to TMZ. Why are they going to TMZ? Why didn't they pick out NBC, CBS? Or why didn't they pick out NBC, where Nancy Guthrie works at? All right? Does anybody got an answer to that there? Okay, because I'm very curious about that. Why TMZ? When NBC, where she worked at, would have made sense, right? So whatever it is, whoever it is somebody that's familiar with the broadcasting networks. All right? You're right, Mr. Sherm. It's somebody who knows them, okay? Was this retaliation against Savannah for something somebody said because she talked about the Epstein file, okay? And that this is a Trump distraction. I don't think Trump will go that far to distract, all right? Okay, it's not something that, look at it. I mean, he does a lot of distraction, let's face it, okay? But I don't think that would be anything, okay? But that, they're not telling, what they're not telling us, and they're not going to tell us what they do know, okay? Because if they know anything, they have an idea, maybe, okay? Now they said they cleared the family of any wrongdoing. Now, I don't believe that. They might have said that to put everybody in the family at ease, because this might be, all right, like Michael says it here, and I said it before, the son-in-law. Everybody keeps pointing to the son-in-law. Now they're going to do a polygraph test, okay, and they're doing genealogy testing on the on the glove, on what they found there, and that's not going nowhere, folks. Okay, not going nowhere at all. Okay? Hey, folks, you know something? I have memberships available. And every time I ask people to join my membership, I got less people. People stop. Folks, I got membership. It's $3.99 a month or something like that there. Okay. Is it one time, Mandy? I don't even know. Okay? I told my son to lower the price. Mandy, check that out for me because I don't even know. All right? I think I might start a Patreon or a Minette. All right, one of those two. I'm looking. All right, looking at it right now. $4.99 a month. Okay, I'm gonna lower the price on that there. And tell my son to do it. I don't know how the hell technology and me. Forget about it. I forget about it. Okay. Give me till next week, folks. We'll change that, get more people to sign up. Okay? Oldest two confessed to little Adam Walsh's murder. No, Leo, I don't play golf. I don't play games, folks. All right? I play the game of life. And I play it very well. $4.99 a month is reasonable. Thank you, Sheridan. Here's Barbara asked if I was ever a cop. Barbara, my name is Ori Spado. Name of my book is The Accidental Gangster. Gangster. I know a lot of cops are gangsters, but I was never a cop. I was a real gangster, okay? And I was arrested in 2008 on a Colombo crime family indictment. Put on Con Air and brought to Brooklyn, New York. The FBI in 1997 said, I will see the day you are chained, shackled, put on Con Air, and brought to Brooklyn. 1997. I'll never forget that day. I laughed at him. I laughed at him. You know what, folks? 11 years later, he made it a reality. So don't mess with the FBI, folks. Don't mess with law enforcement, all right? There it is, folks. Nobody, I gotta tell you again, hit that like button, okay? And if you don't like me, hit the thumbs down button. You have a choice. But why can't I get people to come and hit that like button? Are you lazy? I bet you're just too lazy that you can't hit that like, all right? So come on, folks, keep hitting that like button and let's start going, all right? Let's act like we're all adults here. You either like me or you don't like me. Either way, there's a button, all right? If you like me, hit the thumbs up. If you don't, hit the thumbs down. I don't care what button you hit, all right? But just prove that you're here and that you're alive, okay? I want to make sure I'm not talking to bots. Does it make sense, folks? Superfly was the #1 person on the live, on the like button and everything. Thank you. I appreciate that there. All right, Barbara, just verified. And like, thank you. All right? Yeah, folks, I got energy. I may be 81, but I'm going to tell you, a 21-year-old, I'll do much more in a day than a 20-year-old could think about, okay? Because I'm always several steps ahead, okay? Move out of my parents. Larry, you know, Larry, there's a word called respect. Okay, look it up in the dictionary. I don't think maybe you could read. You probably don't know about it. All right? Okay? Funny thing a kid has ever said to me, some of these wise guys here come over here think they're wise guys. Okay? You know, they watch the rats on YouTube, and then they think they're a tough guy because they watch the rat, okay? And if you know, most of the people in the gangster realm out there, okay, they're all rats because they could talk about anything that they want to talk because they got a pass from the government. They got paid from the government, okay? Huh? I'm Italian, Mr. Charms. Yes, of course I've been to Williamsburg, Anthony. Williamsburg, I've been all over Brooklyn. Okay? My last residence was in Brooklyn, in New York. Metropolitan Detention Center. Yeah, I spent 2.5 years there. And Diddy was crying. All right? Diddy was crying. He spent a few months there. Give me a break, okay? And now Diddy's in a camp. It's basically a camp. They call it a low security. It's a camp, okay? We don't hear much about Diddy, do we? Not much happening with him, folks. Nancy Guthrie is taking over the air, all right? And Trump is threatening Iran. Trump threatened whoever did this to Nancy Guthrie that they'll get the death penalty. He'll have his Department of Justice do it. Okay, threats, threats, threats. All right? Folks, I'm going to be doing a segment on Diddy again. My son is checking Pacer. Well, I'll get an update, see what's happening on his appeal, because you all love to hear about Diddy. All right? And folks, if you haven't, I'm going to ask you again, like, subscribe, and share. You know, folks, it's pouring like hell outside. Can you imagine we've had 3 rainstorms in 1 week? Molly, listen. We got to face the reality of things. These people are not negotiating with Savannah. Savannah is the one with the money. Okay? She's worth over $40 million. If these people seriously wanted money, see, whoever did this is also throwing off law enforcement. Okay? Because they're not negotiating with the family for a ransom. And Savannah said she would pay a ransom. They're dealing with TMZ, Harry Levin, whatever his name is. Okay? Why are they dealing with him? He's not going to pay it. And they know he sends everything to the FBI. He doesn't send it to the family. He sends it to the FBI. So, why are they using TMZ as the messenger boy here? Okay? If If Nancy Guthrie were alive, they'd be negotiating with the family. That's what kidnappers do. All right? Kidnappers want money. Okay? They want money. They want to get it quickly. Time is of the essence. And they're not coming forward, showing proof of life or nothing. That means she's no longer with us. And she might have been unalive when they brought her out of the house that day. Okay? And maybe they had it, maybe there was a tarp in that guy's bag. Okay? And maybe they had her in a tarp or some, maybe her head was out and some blood got on the ground. Right? TMZ's not an anonymous way. There's nothing anonymous about it. It's very public, okay? If they wanted to be anonymous, they'd be talking to Savannah Guthrie, okay? That's the person they'd be talking to. They're not. So I feel somehow, some way, this is some family member, okay? Somebody very close to this. There's a guy named Bryson asking me, who's this guy? Now, Bryson, there's a profile. Did you know that, Bryson? Let me give you a little education, okay? My profile's at the top of this thing here. Hit my profile, and you'll learn who I am. If you're able to read. Can you read? So think about that, Brian. Go and find out who I am. My name, Spado. I'm the accidental gangster. And you know, I'm not even showing people my book today. You know why? If you want to buy my book, it's on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, go there. If you don't want to buy, hey, I sold almost 20,000 books, folks. Okay? Not too shabby, huh? All right, Bryson, being respectful. I like that, all right? Huh? I'm 81 years old, 81 years old, 81 years old, all right? Nobody said a word here, confidential. Nobody said a word here. We haven't heard nobody's voice. In today's world, they don't need to talk. It's technology, okay? But then, no matter what technology, somehow, some way, the FBI has the resources to find where it's coming from. There's going to be a ping on some cell tower. They're going to make a mistake. Now, as I said the other day, Mexico is only, all right? Mexico is 1 hour away. And folks, it's not like the border here at San Diego, okay? You could drive right in. And then they got back roads to go in. Now somebody did come out, once again, they went to TMZ, saying they got information, they want the reward. Why? TMZ didn't put the reward money up. The FBI put the reward money up of 100,000. So he said he saw them and with Nancy Guthrie in Mexico. And he wanted the reward. Well, if you saw them, if he was real, which I don't believe he was real either, he would have called the FBI. He could have called the anonymous tip line, okay? He could have called the anonymous tip line. He didn't have to give his name, all right? He didn't have to call TMZ, This is crazy. Huh? That happened due to President Trump making a hard move against Mexican cartel. Look at, this is not the Mexican cartels, okay? Once again, I don't think Donald Trump has anything to do with this, okay? Why would he pick an 84-year-old woman? This guy distracts every single day, okay? And you think he woke up one night and says, if I can get rid of Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy, I could do a distraction and everybody will forget about the Epstein file. I don't think so, all right? Rocky, you can't believe how great Las Vegas was in the 60s and the 70s. It was a class town. People dressed up, all right? Men were always dressed. Women were dressed. And you saw no children in the town, okay? It was an adult place. I never paid for a hotel room. I never paid for a meal or a show, all right? Nothing. Everything was comped to me, okay? Now I hear Las Vegas going downhill. They put corporate in there. Corporate's ruining everything, okay? Robert Miller, who's a bust out? You're a bust out if you're calling me one. You know, when somebody calls somebody something, when somebody tells you, stay away from that person, he's a rat, that person who's telling you is the rat. Okay? Man, we got Yuma told from Istanbul, Turkey. Oh my God. How are you? That's great. We got somebody from Turkey here, folks. All right? We got people come and watch me from all over the world. All right? Folks, have you hit that subscribe? Come on. You can't get me to 100 likes over here? Let's hit that like button. Boom, boom, boom. Come on. Come on, let's hit that. Germany, welcome, my friend. All right? Come on, let's hit that like button, folks. Get me to 100 or more. All right? You could do it. Help me out. Providence, Rhode Island. Oh, great town. I've been there. Had some good friends there. Okay? Russos. Do you know the Russos? Huh? Take that guy, DeBoomum, out of here, Mac. All right? Folks, can't be respectful. Get the hell out of here. Okay? People come on here. I don't know where they come from. All right? It's terrible what some people say. So irresponsible, juvenile. Juvenile wouldn't do that. Dino, Sangrino. Thank you, folks. Thank you. Would you believe I got my window open that much and I'm cold? All right? Hey, I can't take cold weather, folks, that's for sure. Folks, you got any question you'd like me to answer today here? I'd be happy to. All right? Come on, we're at 91. Keep hitting that like button, folks. Okay? All right? I do have a lot of knowledge on what they know. I thank you. I hope you're a young man that said that there Folks, I have the wisdom. I'm not going to deny it. I've been around for 81 years. I've done so many different things in my life that it's amazing. All right? And sometimes, okay, Mystic Sharon, thank you. You subbed and liked. Thank you. All right? All right? Barbara wants to know who I knew. Let's begin with Frank Costello, Meyer Lansky, Russell Buffalino, Carlo Marcello, just to name a few. Oh, and Sonny Franchise for 50 years. Okay? Is that enough names of people that I knew, was with, had dinner with, had lunch with? All right? Is that enough for you folks? That guy, that's a good question. I wear suits. Normally I come here and I got a sport coat on, okay? You got one question? Vote. I'll depend what the question is, if it's respectful. When am I going to teach you? Why don't you read my book? Why don't you learn my book about how to succeed in life, how to become an entrepreneur, okay? Huh? Do you know how? How to save your money, not spend it, all right? Ask the question, Volt. Okay, I'm here. I'm waiting for that question, all right? I'll answer the question. What was Frank Sinatra? I miss him every day. Him and D. Martin both were the nicest guys you ever wanted to meet. Okay, neither one of them were in the mafia. Okay, like a lot of people think and want to hear. No, they were not in the mafia. You got to remember when years ago when these singers began, they began singing in nightclubs. Who owned the nightclubs? The gangsters did. Okay? So of course they knew a lot of gangsters. After all, they knew me. Okay? But I was right here, all right, in Los Angeles and Palm Springs. 99, folks. Who's going to be the 100th person to give me a like here today? Come on, let's do it. Somebody who's going to be number 100, all right? Is there a God, and if so, do you believe? I believe in God, okay? Yes, I do. I pray every night, Vote, every morning, and sometimes during the day, okay? The Lord is my Savior. I believe in Him. All right? Some people don't. I do. I was born a Catholic. I'm a Roman Catholic. I will die a Roman Catholic. Okay? What I think of Roy DeMail, I really never gave any thought. He was just the kind of guy that I didn't want to be around, that's for sure. Thank you. Life of Christ. Chris is a Roman Catholic also. No, I'm in Beverly Hills, California, folks, for those who are asking. Well, folks, that's my latest thoughts, updates on Nancy Guthrie. My question to law enforcement. Do I think they will find the body? Folks, like I told you the other day, they just found, since the beginning of this year, here in the desert in California, they found 4 bodies. Not bodies, they found the remains, the skeleton, the skull, okay? We don't know how long they've been there. I do happen to know there's a lot of people buried in the desert, folks. Okay? An awful lot of them. And who put them there? Okay? Check desert around Las Vegas. Okay? You're going to find a lot of bodies. The desert around Palm Springs, California. You're going to find a lot of bodies. Any of the deserts, you're going to find a lot of bodies. Come on, folks, let's keep hitting that like button. We're over 100. All right, let's keep it going. All right, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. All right. Damn, my coffee's cold now. Life of Christ. You're a Marine. Thank you for your service, young man. All my love and respect to you. And anybody here that served in the military, thank you for your service. Russia, we got the Johnsto from Russia. You know, folks, I heard Russia is a beautiful place. Not like what they report on the news here. Because my friends, I got Russian mafia friends. They said I would love it over there and that I would be treated really well. Mm. 23 years old. Young man, your life is in front of you. And just remember something, my young friend here at 23 years old. The most important asset that you have is time. So don't waste 1 second of the time that you have. Never, okay? And what's more important than money is your happiness. And you could become happy. All of you here, if you do something nice for somebody today, even say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, okay? People like, hi John, how you doing? Rosemary, how are you? Good morning. All right? When you mention somebody's name, that puts a smile on their face. They love to hear their name. Okay? And I guarantee you, be kind to others, it's going to come back to you tenfold. So young man, 23 years old, and for all the rest of you here, all right? Do that, and I guarantee you, you'll be happy. So folks, has everybody here subscribed yet? Okay? Thank you, Mystical. Respect to all the veterans, okay? I served my country proudly during the Vietnam Wars, 1963 to 66, okay? Probably the best 3 years of my life, okay? Thank you, Zane Zudi. Thank you. I gotta ask some of you folks, how do you come up with these names? Are they your nicknames? HKMP, unfortunately, you are correct, okay? Oh boy, I had so many good years in my life. Caribbean, are you in the Caribbean? Caribbean heat? Oh, thank you for your posh and serving, okay? Thank you for his service, all right? Yeah, it's tough. I try to come here, folks. I like to make you happy. Okay, I want to give you positive information, and I want to be factual. I don't come here and lie to you like a lot of other people here. Kevin, thank you. You're new here, Kevin. Have you subscribed and liked? Okay, let me know, Kevin, if you have subscribed. Okay? Maine, we got a shooting in Maine. Funds were diverted. Got shootings going on all over, folks. What the hell's going on in this country? Huh? Barbie, you like to hire some stories from me? Well, I don't know what you mean I hire, okay, but I am available for speaking engagements and events. If anybody wants to put one together, okay. We got to 125 likes, folks, okay. We still got 55 people in this room, okay. I want to ask each and every one of you, have you subscribed yet? Okay? Let's get those subscriptions. Thank you, folks. All right, folks. Man, I'm cold. I gotta tell you, I don't like this cold weather we're getting here. All right? How many people we got from California? Are you getting this rain too, like we are? Huh? I only met Sammy Davis Jr. one time. He was a very little funny guy, he was. Okay? Thank you, Confidential, for subscribing. I'm not a Freemason. Hey, thank you, Tickety Boo for subscribing. All right? Yeah, I got to put my heat higher. All right? Amy in Texas, 80 degrees? Oh my God. Cool there. You're in the valley. Confidence, you're in the valley? The San Fernando Valley? Right over the hill here. That's not far. All right? You met Sammy, Charles? Near Palm Springs, huh? I love Palm Springs. I want to get down there. You know, everybody knows, if you don't know, all right, the underboss of Los Angeles and the boss of Palm Springs was Jimmy Cacci. He was like my brother, okay? And his son just invited me down to Palm Springs. He got a little in with the casino, so he got me a free room. I don't have to pay for room. Folks, I don't like to have to pay. If I don't have to pay, why pay, right? So I'm going to go down there, visit Joey, do a little gambling, chase a few women, okay? And you never know what'll happen. All right, folks? I'm 81, but sometimes I think I'm 21. I just can't get it out of my head. Oh, the last time, I can't tell you the last time I went to Las Vegas. I think it was some guy from San Diego that was in the garbage business, all right, wanted me to get him the garbage in Las Vegas, and it was around New Year, it was New Year's. And he paid for me, paid all my expenses. I drove there, and, you know, I was able to put the deal together for him, but he wasn't able to pay up the requirement money. You know what I mean? You want something, I'll get it for you. There used to be a saying, okay? Be careful what you ask Spado for, because you'll probably get it. See, folks, when I'm retained to do a job, I do my job. And I do it well. And I get it done. Okay? I don't let any grass grow under my feet. And you shouldn't either. Mandy, you went to Vegas when you were 21. Yeah. 1999. That's 27 years ago. It's totally changed, Mandy. You probably wouldn't like it from what I hear. All right? I heard bottled water, they charge $36. Are you serious? You know what the hotels are charging? All right? They're nuts. All right? They're taking advantage of the people. Now people, look it. I live in Los Angeles. I could drive to Palm Springs in 2 hours. And I'm within, I got 4 or 5 casinos I can go gamble at. Why do I gotta drive all the way to Las Vegas for if I were a gambler? All right? You got casinos. Connecticut's got them. New York has them. You got them throughout the country. All right? Yeah, those cheap prime rib buffets, you don't see them no more. All right, you could eat for next to nothing in the old days in Las Vegas. No more. All right, corporate come in and they gouge you. Take our grocery store prices, folks. You think Donald Trump could get our prices lower in the grocery store? No, he can't. Okay? Corporate controls that. And now everybody's paying the higher prices. Prices will not go down. Okay? They will not go down. Get used to them. And Trump has nothing to do with that. Okay? Hi, Vic Morrow. How are you? Thank you for coming. Well, folks, keep subscribing, keep liking, okay? All right? It's great to see everybody here. Today's Thursday. It feels like it's Friday already. All right? Thank you, MNBO. All right, for subscribing there. All right, Norway. Boy, Norway's a place I'd like to get to someday. Tony Pieces coming for me? All right, good. I'm looking forward to it. Give me a break here. Say hi to my friend Jeff Bezos. Okay. It's Friday for me. You're in Australia. Yeah, it is Friday over there. Huh? Thank you, Big Mac. All right? From Wales. People from Wales. How you doing, Perplexed? Mac Pedro. Thank you. All right? About farms. You know, I gotta be honest. Farmers are having it tough. Farmers are having it tough hiring people because of all what's going on with this immigration thing. Is that Mexicali, my friend? Huh? Is that the Mexicali I know? Great for you to come here. Thank you. Yeah, we got 150 likes, folks. Who knows? Maybe we'll get to 200 here today. All right? You got me here for an hour, folks. I normally don't stay this long. So let's keep hitting that like button, all right? And keep hitting that thanks button. And then, folks, I'm going to tell you a little something here, all right? Words of wisdom to live by. Never apologize for who you are or how you feel. It's like saying sorry for being real. You understand that? All right? And farmers are getting grant money, but I know the farmers out here, they don't have people to pick the vegetables and fruits, and that's why prices are high on our fruits and vegetables in grocery stores, okay? Contractors can't hire people, all right, because these people who do that work, they're afraid to leave their homes. All right, folks, everybody have a wonderful, blessed day. God bless you all. Don't forget to do something kind for somebody else today. All right? All my love and respect to you all. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.